All right, so get this. Imagine you're like a local business owner, right? You've got a great service, but getting the word out online, it's like, I don't know, shouting into a void, you know?
Yeah,
That's the struggle so many businesses are up against these days.
for sure.
And that's what we're diving into today, this whole digital landscape and how one Michigan-based agency is helping businesses navigate it.
Yeah, it's really fascinating how this agency, initially called Funnel Building Lifestyle, really focuses on local businesses. I think your plumbers, roofers, doctors, you name it, across Michigan, like they're working with businesses in Detroit, Grand Rapids, all over the state.
So they're all about that local love. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. But hold on, there's a twist. They're rebranding to EvolveLocalX.
Ooh, EvolveLocalX. That's
It's not just a new name, though.
yeah, that sounds like more than just a name change. Like what's the story there?
You're right on the money. It signals this bigger shift in their approach, their ambitions, especially in a digital marketing world that's gotten, well, really competitive,
Yeah.
Standing out in those local search results, it's a battle royale out there.
No kidding. It's tough.
Totally.
So how's funnel building lifestyle, soon to be EvolveLocalX, how are they stepping into the ring for these businesses? What's their secret weapon?
Well, they've got this like seriously comprehensive set of services, almost like a digital marketing Swiss Army knife. They handle it all.
Okay.
Google, business profile optimization, lead generation, social media marketing, content creation, the whole shebang.
So they're covering all the bases.
Oh, yeah.
That's impressive, but doesn't that get like super expensive?
That's where it gets really interesting. See, they're a startup agency, which means they're offering some super competitive pricing.
Oh, okay.
And they even have some no-cost services while they're building their portfolio of, like, those success stories.
Oh, so they're hungry.
They are.
They're willing to put in the work. I
Absolutely.
could appreciate that. I could dig that. But, you mentioned AI earlier, and I wanted to circle back to that. What's the deal with AI and all this?
Ah, yes. This is where things get really mind-blowing.
Okay.
Google has been making these massive AI-driven updates, and businesses, they need to be ready.
Gotcha.
Have you heard of the AI overviews feature?
No, fill me in.
So Google uses AI to create these summaries of search results.
So wait, it's not even enough to be like the top link anymore.
It's getting tougher.
You have to impress the AI overlord too.
That's exactly it. You're competing to be featured in Google's AI-generated answer.
Wow.
And if your business isn't optimized for both, the traditional SEO and these new AI criteria, well, you're going to be left behind.
Okay, now I'm sweating a little.
Yeah, it's a lot to keep up with.
So how do they help businesses avoid that fate?
That's where their focus on generative SEO comes in. It's all about leveraging AI to create content that ranks well and gets featured in those AI-driven search features. They even offer a free personal generative SEO analysis so businesses can see where they stand.
Okay, hold on. Before we go any further, can we unpack generative SEO for a second?
Yeah.
I'm getting like flashbacks to trying to understand blockchain.
Of course, it's actually simpler than it sounds.
Okay, good.
Think of it this way. Traditional SEO is like building a solid foundation for your house, right?
Oh.
Keywords, backlinks, technical stuff, all important. But generative SEO is like adding the stylish furniture, the cool decor, you know what I mean?
Right.
It leverages AI to create content that's not just informative, but super engaging and answers those like more complex questions people type into Google these days.
So instead of just targeting keywords, it's about creating content that really answers people's questions in a way that Google's AI can understand and appreciate.
Bingo. And this is super important when it comes to local SEO because, well, AI is changing the game there too.
Hold that thought. We'll dive into local SEO and AI after a quick word from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
So where were we? Oh yeah, AI and local SEO.
Right. We were about to dive into that.
Okay, well think of it like this. AI is becoming like this virtual matchmaker
Okay.
between local businesses and, potential customers out there.
I like that.
It's all about connecting the right people at the right time based on, their needs, their preferences.
That analogy, I like it. But let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Mm-hmm.
If our listener out there is thinking, all right, I'm on board with this AI thing, but where do I even start? What's step one?
Well, the foundation is making sure your online presence is like rock solid.
Okay.
Think of it like this. You wouldn't want a customer like walking into a messy storefront, right?
Right.
Same goes for your digital presence. Consistent and complete Google business profile, a website that's mobile friendly, Matching business information across every platform, it all matters.
So we're talking about like building that digital curb appeal.
Exactly.
Got it. And I'm guessing that's where that free GBP audit from, EvolveLocalX comes in handy.
Oh, you bet. It can totally help pinpoint any like cracks in that, that digital foundation.
Okay.
But then you got to go beyond just like basic keywords.
Right.
You have to step into the world of, AI powered search.
All right. So let's break that down. What are we talking about here?
Think voice search, natural language processing, the way people actually talk, not just stiff keywords.
Yes. Right.
And remember those AI generated summaries we talked about earlier? You want your content to be the one chosen for those, like, those coveted spots.
So it's like writing for humans and robots at the same time.
It's more about understanding that humans are using like more conversational language when they search. And AI is getting better at understanding that natural language. So instead of like targeting best pizza NYC, think about how someone might actually ask that question. Hey Google, where can I find the best pizza in New York City?
So it's all about like anticipating those real life questions and phrasing your content to match.
You got it. And don't forget that, that local flavor.
Yeah, okay.
If you're a bakery in Chicago, sprinkle your content with mentions of your neighborhood, iconic landmarks, you know?
Right.
It's like dropping those digital breadcrumbs for the AI to follow.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But you mentioned schema markup earlier, and honestly, it sounds like something straight out of Star Trek. Can you bring it back down to earth for me?
It's actually way simpler than it sounds.
Yeah.
Imagine you're helping a friend organize their bookshelf right now.
Okay.
You'd label each shelf fiction cookbooks,
Yeah.
Schema markup is kind of like that, but for your website, it's a way of structuring your data so search engines can easily like understand and categorize it.
So I'm like basically helping Google understand my content better so it can, show it in the right search result.
Exactly. You're giving Google that cheat sheet so they can confidently recommend your business for, specific searches. And this can help you like snag those spots in rich results and knowledge panels, those visually appealing boxes at the top of search results.
Oh, okay, I see. It sounds like there's so many moving parts to this whole, AI and SEO puzzle.
Totally.
I can see why some businesses might feel a little overwhelmed.
Absolutely. And that's where, having a trusted guide like EvolveLocalX can really make all the difference.
Yeah.
They don't just like implement strategies. They actually like educate their clients,
Okay.
empower them to navigate this ever-changing, digital world.
That education piece, that's crucial, especially when you're talking about something as complex as AI.
I agree.
It's like having like a personal Sherpa to guide you through the digital Himalayas.
I like that. And with their rebrand to EvolveLocalX, they're making it clear they're in it for the long haul and they're going to help their clients, do the same.
Okay, but let's shift gears a bit here. You've painted this picture of AI as like, this powerful tool, right?
It is.
But we got to address the elephant in the room. AI has gotten some, bad press lately, concerns about privacy, security, job displacement, all that.
Right.
How should businesses be thinking about those aspects?
Those are definitely valid concerns, but I think it's important to remember that AI at its core is a tool, right? And like any tool, it can be used for good or for, not so good things. It really comes down to how we choose to develop it and how we choose to implement it.
So it's not about like fearing AI, it's about using it responsibly, ethically.
Exactly. And that starts with transparency. Businesses need to be upfront about how they're using AI, what data they're collecting.
Right.
Building trust with customers is crucial, especially now when data privacy is, so important.
Transparency is key, for sure. But how can businesses make sure they're not accidentally, perpetuating biases through their AI? We've all heard those stories about algorithms gone wrong.
That's where, careful data selection comes in and then ongoing monitoring.
Right.
Remember, AI systems are only as good as the data they're trained on.
That's true.
So it's crucial to make sure that data is diverse, it's representative, and, it's free from bias.
So it's not a set it and forget it situation. It's like, it's an ongoing process.
It is. It's a continuous journey.
Okay.
And that's another reason why, partnering with an agency that understands all of these nuances can be so valuable. They can help you navigate those tricky ethical waters.
Right.
Make sure your AI implementation is both effective and responsible.
Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive into AI and its impact on local businesses.
It has.
We've covered a lot of ground, from, understanding those changes in search to the ethical considerations,
Sure.
But before we wrap up, I'm curious, what are your final thoughts on where this is all heading?
It feels like we're just at the tip of the iceberg here.
Yeah, totally. It does feel like something big is happening.
It is, it is.
So where do you see all of this going? Like, what's your prediction for the future of AI in local businesses?
Well, I think we're going to see this like blurring of the lines between, the physical world and the digital world.
Okay, interesting.
Imagine walking down the street and, your phone pings you with a personalized recommendation
Right.
for a coffee shop that's just around the corner
Okay.
based on your preferences or even like, your mood.
Okay, that sounds kind of amazing,
It is pretty cool.
but also a little creepy if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying, like this hyper-personalization
Exactly.
of
Yeah.
local experiences.
Yeah,
It's like AI taking it to a whole new level.
that's it. And I think we'll also see AI play a much bigger role in, sustainability efforts.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine using AI to optimize delivery routes or energy consumption,
Well,
reducing the environmental impact of businesses.
so it's not just about, boosting profits.
Right.
It's also about making things more sustainable, more connected. I like that.
And it's already happening. Restaurants are using AI to cut down on food waste, retailers using it to manage inventory better,
Yeah.
Even cities are using it to improve traffic flow, public transportation. It's like the possibilities are endless.
That is really exciting to think about, all the positive change, all the good that AI can bring.
For sure.
But for our listener out there who might be feeling a little overwhelmed by all of this, what's the one key takeaway you want them to walk away with?
I think the biggest thing is don't be afraid to embrace it.
Embrace AI.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
isn't about replacing human connection or, creativity. It's about, working together, amplifying those things.
Yeah. I like that. It's not us versus them.
Exactly.
It's like AI is our partner
It is.
in this whole thing.
And just like, EvolveLocalX is helping businesses evolve their strategies, AI is going to, force all of us to evolve our thinking
Okay.
to be more adaptable, more creative, more human-centered.
So it's not just about adapting to AI. It's almost like using it as a tool
Exactly.
to become like better versions of ourselves.
That's the goal.
That is a really thought-provoking way to wrap up this deep dive. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing all of your insights today.
Of course. Happy to be here.
For our listeners, be sure to check out our show notes for links and resources if you want to learn more about, AI, local SEO, Evolve, Local X, all that good stuff. And until next time, keep exploring, keep asking those tough questions.
Then keep evolving.
See ya.